U.S. and North Vietnamese representatives were reported to have made more progress in laying out the ground rules for the enlarged talks. The U.S. command in Saigon reported today that North Vietnamese forces killed 25 troopers of the U.S. 1st Air Cavalry Division and wounded 70 in battles yesterday near the Cambodian border. In that same general area, 60 miles north of Saigon, the communists also shot down 2 helicopters, wounding 5 Americans. The battleship New Jersey is continuing its operations off the Viet Nam coast, striking at communist positions inside and below the demilitarized zone. We have a report from Tony Sargent.
As the battleship New Jersey continues her new series of missions firing on targets in South Vietnam, she depends largely for accuracy on one man flying one small plane, and together they weigh not much more than each of the shells that comes out of these big guns on the battleship New Jersey. Almost every day since the bombing halt began, the battleship cruises the China Sea east of I Corps. After Allied troops encounter enemy strong points or reconnaissance missions locate enemy camps and bunker complexes, the big ship readies its 16-inch guns to wipe them out. In order for the ship to see what effect its 1-ton shells are having on the target, a lone pilot begins one of this war's most dangerous assignments. This day, the job of being eyes for the New Jersey fell to Captain John Herring, an Army pilot with the 220th Aviation Company. From the base at Phu Bai, near the ancient city of Hue, Herring takes off in a small, single-engine plane and heads for the area where the New Jersey shells will land. As Herring flies, men back on the battleship coordinate what the pilot sees with what the big guns will do. They talk with the pilot by radio as he takes his small, unarmed plane over mountains and through valleys filled with the heavy canopy of jungle that provides good cover for the enemy. The closer the small plane comes to the ground, the more chance that a hidden enemy machine gun can knock it out of the sky. But the plane must fly fairly low to reveal the objectives to be fired on by the battleship. This day's targets are enemy bunkers and trenches, some so deep that only the enormous firepower of the battleship New Jersey can damage them.
Coordinates 126-886, height 350 meters, bunker and hooch complex. Out. Bearing gun target line, 1 gun, main armament, high explosive fuse, quick, will adjust.
When the target is zeroed in, the long barrel of one of the ship's 9 big guns is held on the right trajectory by computer. Only 1 gun is fired on most targets.
Well, I think the most satisfying type of mission is when you're in direct support of a group of Allied troops moving forward and you're their support, and they suddenly become under artillery fire and they radio back and ask for your assistance, and then in about 2 minutes they move forward and say, well, there's nothing left of the enemy up in that area. That's happened to us on 2 occasions.
A shelling mission between the New Jersey and her spotter plane continues either until the enemy's positions are destroyed or until the plane runs low on fuel. Each time a pilot returns from a mission like this one without being shot at, he knows he is lucky. Captain Herring. Were you surprised by how accurate and destructive the New Jersey could be?
Yes, I really was. I'd heard so much about it, and this was my first encounter with it, and I was really surprised to see how destructive it can be. The rounds were much easier to see, the bigger bursting area, the bigger explosion, and it's so much easier to adjust than most things that we've had here before.
Just what does the New Jersey shell do to something it hits?
About the best way you can explain it is it completely destroys it. I think that's the best explanation for it.
Apparently, it takes a special makeup in a man to like this kind of job. To Allied soldiers on the ground, he and his plane are among the sweetest sights in the war.
Israel striking at Arab targets for the 4th day in a row,